Today's Sunshine Note is titled, Forgive and Forget. And when you stand praying, if you hold anything against anyone, forgive them, so that your Father in heaven may forgive you for your sins. Mark chapter 11, verse 25. I can still picture him racing out the door. My little brother and I were arguing about something when he took it up a notch and called me a bad name. He knew that was not allowed in our house and that Mom had heard. So he turned and ran as fast as he could out the front door. I ran after him, stood in the doorway, and yelled, "I'll forgive you for what you called me, but I will never forget it." Not a very good way to forgive, was it? True forgiveness is not remembering, it is forgetting. Jesus gives a good example in Isaiah chapter 45, verse 23. But I wipe away your sins because of who I am, and so I will forget the wrongs you have done. That is such great news. Picture your sins written on the whiteboard at school. Now imagine them being wiped off. That is what Jesus does for us. A clean board every time we ask. Then he goes a step further. He forgets what was written there. Obviously, he can remember if he chooses to, but he doesn't. He chooses to forget. What are some things that are hard for you to forgive and forget? Being talked about behind your back? Being lied to? Being yelled at by your parents? Being embarrassed by a teacher? Being made fun of during PE class? Being called a name? Being shoved around? Forgiving and forgetting does not mean that you will never think about the hurt someone has caused you, but it does mean that once you've dealt with the hurt and it tries to come back to hurt you again, you choose to push it out of your mind. Some hurts are easier to forgive and forget than others. Hurts caused by physical or emotional abuse might need the help of a counselor or trained pastor for you to feel free. That is okay. In fact, getting help is often the first step toward healing. At some point, you will discover that you've healed enough to leave the hurt as history. For lesser hurts, it is a matter of choice, to hold on or to let go, to replay the hurts over and over in your mind, or to hit the eject button. There's a simple one-sentence verse in Isaiah chapter 43, verse 18, that offers some good advice. I like the way the Message Bible says it. Forget about what's happened. Don't keep going over old history. Jesus doesn't. Why should we? And when you stand praying, if you hold anything against anyone, forgive them, so that your Father in heaven may forgive you for your sins. Mark 11, verse 25. May God bless you today.